Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to spot for in-depth political analysis and commentary from the heart of South Africa. Today, we turn our attention to a province that's long been described as the beating heart of political power struggles in the country, KwaZulu-Natal. Or, as the economic freedom fighters have now officially labeled it, a ticking time bomb. That's not an exaggeration. According to the EFF, KZN is quickly becoming one of the most politically unpredictable and volatile provinces in the Republic, and with the 2026 local government elections already on the horizon, the tension is mounting fast. This week, the EFF's provincial leadership hosted a press briefing in Durban, and their words were direct, raw, and filled with warnings. EFF KZN chairperson Vusi Khoza did not hold back. He made it clear, politics in KwaZulu-Natal is not business as usual. It's not just about policies and campaign promises. In KZN, politics is deeply rooted in history, tradition, loyalty, and survival. Khoza went so far as to say, it's about who controls the hearts of the people, who understands their pain, and who can navigate the minefield of legacy, identity, and deep-rooted mistrust. Let's unpack that. KwaZulu-Natal has always stood out. From the days of apartheid resistance to the rise of Zulu nationalism, from ANC versus IFP violence in the 90s to more recent political assassinations, this province carries a unique and often bloody political legacy. And that legacy is not in the past, it's alive and active, shaping every ward, every municipality, and every campaign. What makes this moment particularly dangerous, according to the EFF, is the unstable mix of historical loyalties, violent rivalries, and the rise of new political players. Among them, the Umkhonto we Sizwe (MK) party has entered the scene with a bold presence, backed by none other than former President Jacob Zuma. That entry has stirred the pot significantly, especially in regions where Zuma still commands loyalty. With the ANC's grip weakening and the IFP regaining lost ground, the entire province is now a political powder keg. But don't think the EFF plans to stand on the sidelines and watch. Far from it. Julius Malema, the national leader of the EFF, has repeatedly referred to KZN as a critical battleground for the party. In his own words, it's where economic freedom must be won in our lifetime. The EFF is taking that mission seriously. According to Vusi Khoza, the party is focusing its energy on the ground, branch by branch, street by street, engaging directly with the frustrations of everyday citizens. He said, KZN is not a province where you campaign from the air. You must be on the ground, listening to the cries of people who've been failed for decades. Let's pause here and take stock. What exactly does this mean for South Africa's political future? Political analysts agree that KwaZulu-Natal could become the defining province of South Africa's next phase of democratic development, or collapse. The combination of increasing competition among parties, economic desperation, service delivery failures, and deep historical resentment makes it one of the most combustible regions in the country. Already, signs of violence and intimidation have begun to reappear, particularly in contested municipalities. We've seen this before. In 2021, the assassination of councillors ahead of the local government elections shook the nation. Investigations revealed political rivalries as a key motivator in many of those killings, and KwaZulu-Natal was at the center of it all. Now, as power dynamics shift and new players emerge, many fear we may be heading back to those dark days. And yet, there's opportunity amid the chaos. The EFF believes that KZN is ripe for political transformation. The province's youth are becoming increasingly disillusioned with the ANC and skeptical of the IFP's promises. Service delivery failures in municipalities like eThekwini have only deepened frustrations. For a party like the EFF, which positions itself as anti-establishment and rooted in radical grassroots mobilization, this is fertile ground. Khoza made it clear that the EFF is preparing for a full-blown campaign, not just to win seats, but to change the political culture of KZN. That means shifting focus from tribal allegiance to class struggle, from loyalty to transformation, from patronage to performance. But let's be honest, this won't be easy. The EFF will have to contend not only with entrenched political forces, but also with the province's complex traditional authority structures, including powerful Amakhosi and Izinduna who often influence political allegiances in rural communities. These are not obstacles easily overcome with fiery speeches and campaign posters. They require careful, respectful engagement with history and identity, something the EFF seems prepared to tackle head-on. So what does all of this mean for the 2026 local government elections? Well, buckle up. If you thought the 2024 general elections were messy, 2026 is shaping up to be even more volatile, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. With the ANC struggling to maintain unity, the IFP making a comeback, MK Party gaining traction in traditional Zuma strongholds, and the EFF aggressively expanding its base, we're looking at a four-way contest that could decide the future of South Africa's most volatile province. The message from Vusikhouza is loud and clear: the people of KZN are ready for change. But it has to be real change, delivered by leaders who respect the province's unique culture and history, and who are willing to fight on the ground, not just in parliament. For the EFF, this is more than an election, it's a movement. That's all for today's breakdown. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We want to hear your thoughts, especially if you're from KZN. Do you think the province is on the edge of political transformation, or are we heading toward more instability? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay critical, and stay active. See you next time.